Hi, so you might consider this a bit of blowback because several times I've heard a certain family member mention Reddit. Like, I read about it. I hate this when people do this. I hate this when people do that. It's like, I know for a fact you hardly ever leave the house. You have not witnessed this yourself, and yet you're all angry about things that are supposedly happening in society which you have actually not witnessed. Do you think people are just making shit up sometimes? Yeah, I mean, but they are. Okay, so Reddit, I don't know anything about it, but I stay away from communistic entities. If you read, I know I'm better dead than red. Okay, so I have done life. I've had jobs. I go out into society basically every day. And in fact, does I don't know about Reddit. I'm not trying to like pick on them or zone in or zero in on them, but maybe I am. Maybe they deserve it because it's like they're kind of a propaganda machine. This morning I went to Walmart, and the first thing that happens to me, I walk out of my car, this older black gentleman with an obvious disability, because he should be using a cane, but he's not, says, "Hi, I hope you have a nice day. This COVID stuff," it's not like he's crazy or anything. You can tell he has a disability in terms of physically he does, and he's saying all this nice stuff to me, and I'm like, well, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I mean, he's just like super nice. I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm a Christian, but I'm kind of an introvert and kind of a coward, so I don't really go out of my way to be like super nice to people, just talk to strangers, because I know as soon as I try to talk to strangers, I don't know, I'm just not going to get a good reaction, so I usually don't extend myself that much. Like I said, I'm a bit cowardly, yeah. Well, maybe a lot cowardly. So then later on, when I'm checking out, there's this lady that I know, she has a disability. She's an older lady, and she's working. She's working her butt off, okay? I see her. She works as much as she can despite her disabilities, which I won't mention, but I know they're painful and they're onerous. And the lady ahead of me is saying, you know, I know the weather's bad and it makes your condition worse, but you just got to pray, you just got to believe, because our God is a supernatural God. And I'm like, yeah, I believe in that. I know we're not in church, and some people would be very contemptuous of that sort of display of faith, unsolicited. But I was agreeing with it. But at the same time, what's a little disturbing about the whole incident there at the checkout? I want to tell you there was something that was just a weensy teensy bit disturbing. This cashier lady, she's pretty outspoken. I usually agree with what she says. I can never quite get a beat on her whether she's this or that, Sometimes I think, yeah, maybe she's a little bit socialist, But she said, well, the debate's on tonight, to the lady ahead of me, the lady who was encouraging her with words of faith. And the lady says, well, I don't even keep track of that stuff. Oh, I'm sure somebody will post it on Facebook. I'll see it on Facebook. Like, you're just contemptuous of the democratic process. Honey, as a Christian, you don't need to be contemptuous of the democratic process. I know it is like taking out the garbage sometimes, but it needs to be done. We need to vote. You need to pay attention. You need to vote. But before you go and vote, please don't just roll the dice or something or flip a coin. Pray about it. Watch the debates. Talk to people, listen to radio shows on all sides of the, I won't say, yes, on all sides of the spectrum. Okay, I know a spectrum doesn't have sides, all right, all points of the spectrum, whatever, I'm sorry. You act like this isn't important. I'm sorry, this is more important than somebody's arthritis pain on a certain day. I mean, voting, the election is important. We have a clear choice today between good and evil. Choose life, after all. You would choose life. You wouldn't advocate for abortion. The Democrat Party unapologetically advocates for abortion. And they remove under God from the Pledge of Allegiance. If we're not under God, we're under a tyrant. Please don't elect a tyrant. Please re-elect Trump. Goodbye.